I traveled to the ends of the earth to write my book, The Edge of Physics. From places as far-flung as Lake Baikal in Siberia to the Atacama Desert in Chile, and all the way to the South Pole, I went to see the telescopes and experiments that promise to shed light on some of the most pressing questions in physics and cosmology today. Here I'm on my way to Antarctica in an American C-17 cargo plane. The views of the Southern Ocean and the first glimpse of the Transantarctic Mountains were breathtaking. We landed on the Ross Ice Shelf, which is the largest ice shelf in the world, about the size of France. We were hustled on to a waiting shuttle named Ivan the Terrabus and taken to the McMurdo Station. You get a great view of McMurdo Station from the nearby observation hill. You can also see the volcanic Mount Erebus. At the top of Ob Hill is a cross that was erected in 1912 in memory of Robert Scott and his men who died on their way back from the South Pole. I was in McMurdo to see the launch of NASA's long-duration balloon flights. Here's a video of one such launch.
Okay, release the balloon, release the balloon, release the balloon.
The balloon takes an hour to be filled with helium and expands to a volume of 1 million cubic meters in the stratosphere. These gigantic balloons carry experiments and telescopes to the upper stratosphere, from where they study everything from primordial antimatter to the radiation left over from the Big Bang. Another place I visited was the very large telescope in the Atacama Desert in Chile. The road trip began in Antofagasta, and it took 2 hours to reach Mount Paranal. In the middle of the driest place on Earth is a subterranean facility for astronomers, with a lush garden inside. Outside, where not a blade of grass can be seen, are the 4 domes of the VLT. This quartet of 8-meter-class telescopes is at the forefront of our quest to understand dark energy. My next trip was to Siberia, the site of the Lake Baikal Neutrino Telescope, which could find evidence of dark matter particles at the center of the Milky Way. Scientists work there every winter, using the lake's frozen surface as a platform for their cranes and winches. They repair and maintain neutrino detectors, which are usually submerged to a depth of more than 1 kilometer. The old Trans-Siberian Railway used to pass by along the shoreline, and the old railway buildings are now used by the scientists, who live simple lives in very harsh conditions, even getting the drinking water from a hole in the ice.